Okay, so this is your feedback for Enemy of My Enemy. This is the final piece of feedback. We're now in the final stages of research, and then we're about to shoot. So we are getting to the point now where any changes now will have to be last minute. So just going through, I'm going to start off by going through where we were before in terms of what changes you've made to this now. So we've got our personal profiles. Okay, good. We don't have a production company logo yet that I can see, so that's something that still needs to be worked on, because otherwise you don't have the beginning of a trailer. Oh no, there it is, sorry. Okay, that's good, so you've got that on there. So you might want to use that to brand all of your videos from now on. So if we go to the development section, our genre research, we've got semiotics. Okay, good, and it's using ThingLink. Yep, good, so this is complete, this is complete. This is now complete, and you've got some text underneath. Okay, good. So some of the stuff that's missing on here that should still be put under here is all of your tasks that you did over the summer. So, for example, one of the things that ought to be on here now is the analysis of Cabin in the Woods that you each did, and your summer trailers. So that would all go under here along with the evaluation of it. So again, I couldn't give you the higher grades at the moment because there is still stuff missing here. But this is well presented. We're kind of looking probably at the sort of C plus B minus kind of area, so well done for that. Moving on to textual analysis, we've got magazine front covers. So under this section you've used ThingLink to get these on. I'd probably make these a bit bigger or line them up next to each other just so they're presented a bit better, rather than just chucked on top of each other. So we've got 4 magazine covers. What I'd probably want to have at the bottom here is a, or maybe you could put one in each corner, and then in the middle have like a decision about which particular layout you think would be best to use. For example, entertainment's quite simple, so that'd be easier to do, whereas something like this means you need more kind of extra images. Okay, but that's good, that's well presented. If we go to the poster presentation, okay, so this is okay. So we've got lots of text. It's a bit basic. I'm probably looking at the kind of bare minimums for this. Again, these haven't been added up at the moment, so there's no analysis here. So this is still outstanding and will cost you marks. So I'd probably say at the moment, because it's incomplete, looking at the assessment criteria for this section, which I'll just direct you to on the blog here so you can check it against your own work. We are looking at this post here, FSA Research and Planning Assessment Criteria under October, and you can see here that at level 2 there is basic research into similar products, so that's basic research into the posters there, and therefore the planning may be incomplete. So level 2 is looking at the kind of E to D range. So for that particular work, whoever did that, because it's unfinished, we're probably looking really about the E grade for that, and the presentation is not very careful either. Okay, and then moving on to our film trailers. Yep, so we've got the trailer, we've got that. Okay, so what's missing here still is the crits. The crits here are definitely missing. It's not really presented that well in that there should be a review for each of these, in that how successful they are. So again, I'll direct you back to looking at where Terror House or Jump Scare, which are good examples from last year, what they did and what you can do with that. But I think particularly there needs to be something at the bottom where you're putting some sort of conclusion about this film, like how suitable was the trailer, put it in a star category. Also, like I said, we're missing all of the crits that were in the booklets that you did, as well as all the summer work. So again, for this section we're probably looking at kind of the lowest common denominator, so it would be the kind of borderline C grade, which relates to level 3, which is there is some proficient work, but it's not entirely great. So for that section, so that needs a bit more work there. We're kind of looking probably C minus, D plus, right on the borderline. Moving on to our pre-production, our audience research. So there's our trailer questions, there's our questions, there's our questions. Good, so we've got some results here, and you've done an analysis, and this rotates through, so that's nice. Yeah, good. Okay, magazines and poster results. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, good. Okay, and you've got some sort of conclusion. Not sure it's told me about what colour scheme you're going to use, so that's an important thing. And be careful here, you can't set the tone. It's the tone. Your writing is still considered part of the presentation here. Okay, so moving forward now onto mood boards. So we've got our location billboards that are annotated. Good. What I don't have here is influences, so I should probably see the trailers influences here. So what films you're referring to, because it's unclear, and also why you're referring to them. So again, we don't have the influences on there. Again, same sort of thing. I want some trailers of some films that use these kinds of things. Okay, so again, it's done, it's complete, but there's a lack of kind of, all in all, having done this, we can see that, blah blah blah, so a kind of conclusion. But definitely there's a lack of influences on these things that we need to see that you're looking at real text. So again, we're kind of looking at the sort of lower end of the C grade for that. If we go on to drafting, okay, so poster research, so we've got that video, and we've got inspirations here. Okay, so this is better because obviously there's, you've lifted it, but there's a bit more going on there. And you've got some analysis. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so again, because there's multiple people in your group, we still need more of these drafts. We've only got 2, and we should have 1 per student. So again, we're still lacking on this a little bit. Digital drafts, that's nice. Yeah, that's quite good as well. And you've done 3 digital drafts there for those posters, from what I can see. Okay, and then digital drafts for magazines is definitely lacking. So this section is missing the digital drafts of the magazines. So it's incomplete. So again, despite the fact you've got a lot of good work here, this is kind of definitely incomplete. So we're probably looking still around the D grade for the reasons I've told you earlier on. So that definitely needs sorting out as soon as possible, because again, we're coming to the end now of any changings. Oh, sorry, I see you've done the magazines on a different one. Yeah, there's no digital covers, so I was right in the suspicions there. Okay, moving on to storyboards. So we should have a 35 shot storyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does that rotate round? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 25. Okay, so we've got a few less shots here. We've got about 10 less than we needed. So that's a bit of a concern. This is good, so this is nicely presented. We've got a shot list. Yes, we've got 18. So I can tell, so your montage is quite quick, but I think you're going to find it's going to be very difficult, because even a second is quite quick on a montage. You may end up needing a few more sort of shots in here. And remember, having the extra sort of 5 to 10 shots helps you discard the ones that aren't going to kind of be working. Okay, the animatic's not been produced, so again, that's an issue there for whoever was supposed to be producing that piece of work, which looks like it's Levi. What I'm not seeing on here is the, oh, there we go, the camera training. Okay, so we've got the video there, and you've talked about conventions, and we've got that video there. Okay, so I would just confirm with you that those 10 shots that you've done here will feature in your storyboard somewhere. Okay, but that's good, so that's nearly complete. So overall, for the pre-production section, the drafting is going to bring the grade down, if I'm being honest with you. It is kind of the C minus, when it's a shame because it could be a B, but that has really brought that grade down. Moving on to our location recce's, so we've got Thamesmead, so we've taken some photographs, and I can see you've been there, so that's good. You've done a risk assessment. Okay, good, and you've done the correct stuff there. Okay, that's very good. Yep, excellent, well done, whoever did this. Yeah, this is very thorough, so this is a very good piece of work, well done. That's Dan. Moving on, we've got costume and makeup designs. Okay, good. So we've got our tutorial stuff, we've got influences, we've got price lists, we've got the time lapse on there. Very good. So what you might want to think about now is using these for your digital drafts and the magazines. Use these photographs that you've taken. Okay, this is very nice. And then you've got our real media texts there. Okay, good. Yep, this is all very nice. Cabin in the Woods. Yep. And we've got costumes here. Good. This is a very good piece of work. So this is Charles. So well done, Charles. That's a good piece of work, mate. You're kind of looking at the sort of B to A grade with that as well. Moving forward, we've got our sound design. Okay, by Joe. Yep, so this is good. Okay, other inspirations. I think it's still loading. Okay, that's good. Software that you're using. If we just skim down to the bottom, we've got a screenshot of you putting it together. So this is really nice. So guys, this is really good. You've kind of really upped the game here. Yep. So if we add all these sections together, and of course you did these texture shots, which we saw the other day, which is really good. I don't think I saw some of these. I know I did. Yeah, so this is really good. So far I'd say you're looking at overall, I mean there's some bits missing which you need to now go back and fix, particularly the drafting of the magazines. But I'd say at the moment we're probably looking towards the level 4 in terms of some really good organisation of your locations and costumes and all that sort of stuff. A couple of things that are missing is the shooting schedule. We do need that. You've got a shot list, but I think it's about the schedule of how you're organising it. So overall, I think you're kind of in the A grade at the moment, so well done. That's a great piece of work.